We should fight for everyone to have the right of their opinion, but your opinion isn't necessarily like fact, and when it starts to harm people, whatever, I don't have to support your opinion.
Hola mi gente, my name is Samira Beija. I am your guest host today, and I am here with Blacktinidad. Welcome to Blacktinidad. Today, the topic of conversation is, do celebrities have a responsibility to talk about political things that affects their audience?
I have thoughts.
I think that affect their audience part is very important. Because I feel like if you directly benefit off of a culture or a people, then I do think you have a responsibility to speak up, to say something. But I also am of the mind that like, not everybody should be talking about certain topics that they're not well-versed.
Right, like not everybody deserves a microphone. But I'm with you, and my thing is like, if you are a celebrity, if you are a pop artist, if you are someone with a huge platform, you make your living off of your art at that level, clearly it's because people are spending their money doing whatever, consuming whatever it is that you do. So like your career doesn't exist without your audience. So when it comes to specifically it impacting your audience, the people that put food, that feed you, you know, yeah, I think you do need you take a stance, and maybe there's flexibility in how you take a stance, right? Maybe it doesn't have, you know, because I think revolution comes in a lot of different ways, but I just don't think that if your audience is being impacted, you're just like, come to my concert. It's like, come on, Romeo.
Oh, wake it up. Let's wake it up.
Let's be honest. Because that really bothered me. And not even because he wasn't like, no, I don't care. It was the avoiding of it. It was the implicit like, I'm not gonna address this, but I'm kind of gonna address it, but I'm not gonna address this. And I'm just like, bro, come on.
I think just because you're a celebrity, that like your First Amendment right shouldn't be taken away. Like if you want to talk about politics, being a celebrity shouldn't stop you, you know? And for sure, I feel like people villainize it because you have so many ears and people that like you're influencing. Yeah. But you should take advantage of that, you know what I mean?
If it's for good.
For good, for sure, for sure. But then even with that, it kind of goes to like what you guys were talking about earlier about like people who like the bots on social media and people who say, like that comes with like having the right to speak, free speech, you know? Yes. But I think you shouldn't try to play it safe, especially right now. You know?
Yeah.
Let me ask this: do you guys feel that silence is a stance?
Yeah. I think that silence is a choice, and we saw that especially during the protest, during the pandemic as well too. I think they're also entitled to their opinion. What kind of upsets me sometimes, I just feel like they're just a part of the machine, or they're just getting maybe paid for a certain campaign, and sometimes that comes off
when it's performative.
Yeah, very performative. And where did this come from? Where did you come from with these rights? And something does not feel right.
It's so polished.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
Very polished, and there's no explanation. It's just, this is where I'm at, and you know, they might even be reading from a piece of paper, and then you just don't see them again. And
I hate that. You can tell there's a bag behind it.
We should fight for everyone to have the right of their opinion, but your opinion isn't necessarily like fact, and when it starts to harm people, whatever, I don't have to support your opinion. You have the right to have that opinion, but I don't have to agree with your opinion, nor do I have to support your opinion. Right. If you don't think like me, you can't think at all, and you shouldn't think at all. And I don't think that's right. I think that also puts celebrities in an awkward space of like, it's either this or that. There's nothing in between. That's why I think maybe the how is flexible, nuance. You love this word.
I think I'm gonna get it tatted.
I know, you're gonna get it. You'd be like, nuance. But you know, I think that, yeah, it's complicated, but it's also not that complicated.
Yeah. People are just scared of being canceled. That's what people are afraid of.
There's also money, though, right? Like when you think about, once you get to a certain point, we know that artists don't make their monies off of like album sales and stuff anymore, right? Most of their monies are coming from like brand sponsorships. And so in a way, we're in a time where like a lot of people's careers, it does depend on these entities, right? And so I do think that when you go into business with entities, you're also agreeing to partaking in whatever the entity wants you to partake in or not partake in. I think that the audience is what helped you get to the point where this entity decided to work with you and invest in you. So even if your main source of income is coming from that entity, an audience still help you get there. So like, what do we do when it's your audience that being directly impacted?
I really think that this is a symptom of capitalism, and I feel like we see this mirrored in so many other ways.
I love how you said that.
Like,
Symptom of capitalism. It's like,
yes! It really is, honestly. Like, look at the people that we put in office, and then the money that's behind that, and then what they may have to support or not support depending on the bag. I remember a time there was a presidency that kind of felt very utopia in a way. Like, I feel like everybody was very kumbaya, holding hands, and I was like, wow, like, look at us, you know what I mean? And then there was a harsh shift.
180.
And I'm seeing so many companies and celebrities and people just like making such a drastic change, and it really like took off the rose-colored glasses, and I just realized how much of that was performative. And it's like, it's so sad, and then the cynical in me is like, you see, all along, it's been there. And I'm like, no, but what happened to when I believed that it could all be good, you know, that we could all be just like a big happy family.
But yeah, I think celebrities do need to speak up when it impacts their communities specifically.
Yeah, but like, know what you're talking about when you do it, please.
Please know what you're talking about. Don't read a script.
Yeah, it needs to be genuine. It needs to be sincere.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to not know, because I feel like it's that, like you said, black and white, where do you stand? But you could be like, I don't know
Say
about
that.
it. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't
That's
think
a
enough
pretty
people do
fair
that.
stance too. You know? And
Yeah.
I feel like not enough people acknowledge that's okay. It's okay to not know. But you can say that too.
Right.
That's better than silence, because silence can be interpreted as, you know, you're taking the other side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nelson, thank you so much for joining us
thank you.
again. Samira, thank you so much for bringing us in. Caio, I love you. You know I love doing this with you. And thank you all for watching. We will see you next time when we have more Blacktinidad for you.